Have you been looking for a way to start a fight with your friends or significant other? Do you want a definitive way to crush the spirit of a child who made the mistake of thinking they were good at video games? Well, then you'll want to check out Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Dive into the remake of an 8-year-old game that Nintendo decided finally needed some DLC only 5 years after its initial release. Start out picking your favorite character from the Nintendo universe that is undoubtedly Wario and squeezing his thick ass in a customized racing kart to begin the festivities. Now, instead of selecting from the same race circuits you've been drifting the corners on for the past half-decade, pop down to the new menu with a whole collection of new tracks. Actually, it's just 8 of the 48 tracks expected in this DLC, but don't worry, it'll only be something like 21 months before we see the rest. The first track is Paris Promenade from Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game that finally let Nintendo properly exploit players with microtransactions like they've always dreamed. This true-to-life depiction of the City of Light with its wide cobblestone streets weaving around the Arc de Triomphe and right through the Eiffel Tower make for a welcoming beginning to the new cup. Soon you'll make your way to the Toad Circuit from Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS with its terrifying gigantic toad balloons that make every curve a living nightmare. In those moments you aren't fearing for your mortal existence from those demonic vest-wearing monstrosities, you'll find this track's soft corners make it pretty easy to cruise in the first place. Next up, you'll head to Choco Mountain from Mario Kart 64. This track features the color brown in all of its majesty with tight cliff-hugging corners that can be as treacherous as they are brown. You'll even have to make sure you avoid that classic section of falling boulders if you want to make your way to victory. The final map of this cup is Coconut Mall from Mario Kart Wii. This seaside homage to retail and commercialization came from a time before the world knew every mall would be crushed under the cowboy boot heel of Jeff Bezos. Now you can once again race through the escalators, around storefronts, and over decorative water features of this long-dead relic anytime you please. Now that we've finished the Golden Dash Cup, we can take on the Lucky Cat Cup. But first we have to select a new racer, and this time we'll change it up a bit by selecting the Mii, with the Wario suit of course. The first track we'll visit is another incredible recreation of a massive city from that classic mobile money grab. It's time for Tokyo Blur. Here you'll be screaming around the highways and surface streets of the city, at least until you're halted by one of Japan's biggest natural roadway hazards, thwomps. The second course from this cup is the roadway nightmare Shroom Ridge from Mario Kart DS. This track features the delightful traffic of real cars that are guaranteed to turn your certain victory into a truly magical trip to the back of the pack where chaos rules and failure is a way of life. In a trip down memory lane, this Game Boy Advance track Sky Garden takes you into the clouds on the limbs of beanstalks. While racing through its narrow curves and perilous falls to your death, you'll get to enjoy the sights and scenery of all the flying shit Mario games have to offer. The final track of the Lucky Cat Cup is Ninja Hideaway, another Mario Tour track that stands out from the others by not just being a city with a random track thrown on it. This course takes you through the dangerous and somehow mechanical castle of the Shy Guys, who I have never once considered to be ninjas. But they have created a map with multiple routes and deadly ceiling shurikens, so the Shy Guys are my guys. Now all we have to do is wait some indeterminate number of months between 1 and 21 for the next 40 maps to release as Nintendo continues looking for ways to sell their convoluted multi-tier online subscription system. But if you have at least one of those subscription packages, you can pass the time to the next map release online with this still quite active multiplayer arena and explore how bad you really are in nearly every aspect of Mario Kart as people from around the world kick your ass on tracks new and old. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, now available with almost 17% of the expected content.